The Blue Dragon Awards 2025 will forever be remembered for many reasons. But for viewers and fans of Lee Junho and YoonA, affectionately known as Junho by longtime supporters, this year's ceremony didn't just shine, it glowed. And to everyone watching right now, thank you for joining me once again on this beautiful ride across Korean entertainment. As always, your energy is the heartbeat of every story we tell here, and today's moment is one you truly deserve to relive in detail. Because what unfolded at the Blue Dragon Awards wasn't just glamorous. It was emotional, electrifying, and something many fans are still calling the most romantic moment ever witnessed between the pair on a public stage. From the moment the two stepped onto the crimson carpet, it felt like a scene straight out of a drama. Soft lights, gentle breeze, glittering outfits, and an energy that wrapped around the entire venue like warm silk. Yuna arrived first, gracefully stepping out of the car in a breathtaking pale blue gown that looked as though it was tailored from moonlight itself. Her hair cascaded gently, her smile glowing like she had carried a tiny piece of the sky with her. And the crowd? They erupted. Fans chanted her name from every corner, their light sticks shaking with excitement as she waved, bowed, and sent the sweetest heart signs toward them. Even reporters paused to admire her, because every year she raises the bar. But this time, she completely transcended it. But it wasn't until Lee Junho appeared moments later that things took a surprising turn. Dressed in a perfectly tailored black suit that shimmered subtly under the lights, Junho stepped out of his vehicle with the kind of quiet confidence that always makes people stare. His posture, his smile, his focused gaze, everything about him was composed, until he saw Yuna in the distance. That split second changed the entire atmosphere. His face, usually cool and controlled during award events, softened into the gentlest smile. You could see the admiration in his eyes, the unspoken connection, the warmth that only appears when someone special is in sight. And of course, fans caught it instantly. Clips of Junho smiling at Yuna from afar spread across social media in minutes, captioned with phrases like, "Look at the way he sees her, he is gone E, and this is romance unfolding live." As fate, or perhaps the organizers would have it, the two met at the center of the carpet, and the moment they greeted each other, it was as if the entire event paused. Their chemistry wasn't loud, it wasn't exaggerated, it was soft, respectful, elegant, but magnetic in a way no one could ignore. Yuna gave him a graceful bow. Junho responded with one of his signature gentlemanly gestures, slightly leaning forward as though acknowledging her beauty and presence before offering his arm. Fans screamed. Camera flashes exploded like fireworks. And the two walked together side by side, sharing small smiles, whispering briefly between poses, creating a romantic aura that felt entirely natural, even though they were surrounded by thousands of eyes. It was the kind of chemistry that doesn't need words or dramatic gestures. It simply exists, powerful and undeniable. Inside the auditorium, they were unexpectedly seated just one row apart, and although other actors filled the space between them, fans noticed the subtle looks, the quick glances, and the genuine admiration they seemed to have for each other's performances throughout the night. When Yuna appeared on screen during the nominees' montage, Junho clapped with a proud, warm smile. And when Junho's name was announced for his nomination, Yuna clapped with both hands, her face lighting up with encouragement. But the real spark ignited when Yuna took the stage to present an award. As she walked up the steps, a small part of her gown brushed against her heels, causing her to pause slightly. The entire venue held its breath. But before anyone else could react, Junho, sitting at the end of the row, half rose from his seat with concern written all over his face. His hand instinctively reached forward, even though she was too far to catch. It was a tiny gesture, almost invisible in the grand scale of the event, but fans caught it. In fact, that clip has already become a signature moment online. When Yuna regained her balance, she glanced in his direction, smiled softly, and continued with absolute grace. And the camera, almost as if guided by destiny, captured Junho's relieved expression. It was one of the most genuine interactions of the night, subtle enough to be natural, but deep enough to be unforgettable. But the highlight, the absolute moment that will be remembered in Blue Dragon history, came later in the night when Junho took the stage to accept his award. His speech began with gratitude to directors, producers, co-stars, and fans. It was eloquent, heartfelt, and strong, everything Junho is known for. But somewhere in the middle of thanking his colleagues and staff, he paused carefully, looked toward the audience, and with a small smile that held more meaning than he intended to reveal, said, "I'm grateful to those who inspire me, those who give me strength, and someone who continues to encourage me quietly." The camera cut to Yuna. Her eyes widened in a tiny moment of surprise before her lips curved into the softest smile. She lowered her gaze shyly, and the crowd, both inside the venue and those streaming online, went absolutely wild. Fans had been waiting for a moment like this, a moment where the two acknowledged their bond, even if wrapped in indirect, respectful words. And this felt exactly like that. Not a confirmation, not a declaration, but something heartfelt, warm, and personal. As Junho stepped down from the stage, Yuna clapped longer than anyone else in her row. The camera captured it perfectly. Slow, graceful claps, her expression glowing with sincerity and pride. It became one of the most replayed clips of the event overnight. The night continued with laughter, applause, and celebrations, but the world kept its eyes on the two stars. When the ceremony concluded and the attendees began exiting the hall, fans witnessed one last moment that sealed the night's romance forever. Junho reached out slightly, offering Yuna a steady support as she stepped down from the final platform near the exit. It wasn't staged. It wasn't dramatized. It was instinct. Pure, gentlemanly instinct, mixed with something deeper. Yuna accepted his assistance with a beautiful smile, and the two walked side by side for a few seconds before greeting their fans separately. Those few seconds, however, were enough to give the fandom enough warmth to last months. Because in those tiny steps, there was comfort, familiarity, and a bond that felt as natural as breathing. After the event, social media exploded with conversations. Hashtags like Junyoung Blue Dragon Magic, Junho YoonA 2025, and Her Most Romantic Moment soared to trending lists across several countries. Even non-fans admitted that the chemistry between the two was something undeniable. Soft, respectful, elegant, but deeply alive. Netizens couldn't stop discussing their coordinated aura, the warmth in their gazes, the way they acknowledged each other, and the small gestures that felt sweeter than grand declarations. Clips of them walking together, laughing, exchanging glances, and supporting each other spread like wildfire. Fans uploaded slow-motion edits with gentle soundtracks. Interview clips resurfaced to remind everyone how close the two have become since their drama and joint appearances. The fandom united, celebrating the unforgettable beauty of the night. What makes this year's Blue Dragon Awards so special isn't just the glitz or the trophies. It's the raw humanity and emotion that shimmered between two stars who have grown remarkably, both individually and together, in the hearts of their supporters. The kind of connection Junho and Yuna displayed wasn't for show. It wasn't exaggerated. It was natural, comfortable, and filled with mutual admiration. And for all of you watching right now, thank you for reliving this moment with me. Your love for these two stars, your dedication in following every detail, your passion for warm, emotional stories, these make every video and article worth creating. As always, you are part of the heartbeat behind K Entertainment storytelling, and together, we continue to cherish the journeys of the stars we admire. The Blue Dragon Awards 2025 will go down not only as a night of artistic brilliance, but also as a night of gentle romance, unforgettable chemistry, and sweet moments shared by Junho and Yuna, moments that the world will keep talking about for a long, long time.